Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Thanks for joining us today. This is an exciting webinar for us. This is the launch of our new J0453 API Coupler. I have it here with me. So it's ready to go. We've got everything lined up, ready to take your order. So welcome, thanks for joining us, thanks for your interest. Just before we start some Zoom admin, if you want to see my face, and only my face, I'm joined by a couple of my team members, Edward Petkin from our sales team, Zander Freeman from our marketing team, and Dan Lewington from our engineering team. They won't be showing their faces. They'll be sat in the background helping me with the Q&A as we go. But if you only want to see me, just hover over one of those guys, click the three dots in the top right-hand corner and click only see video participants, and then you'll only see me instead of the rest of them along the panel if you want to. If not, that's fine. So as I say, the Q&A box is open throughout the webinar, so please feel free to send in your Q&A, your questions as we go. Edward and Dan are going to be helping me with those live Q&As, but we have also got a session at the end scheduled specifically for Q&A that I'll be able to answer questions alongside Edward and Dan in a more live format. So here we are, this is it. This is the new J0453 API Coupler. We officially launched today to the market. So as I say, I've got it here with me to show you. I've got some information to share with you here. I've got a nice video to show you the coupler in action here in our facility in Margate, and welcome your questions and your interest. So let's get started. So as it says on the screen, this is our new product. We've worked together with our global team across the world really to develop this with feedback from not only our internal stakeholders but our end user customers, and we really think we've got something to be proud of here. So let's get started. So just introducing it really, this is the new product. We've come to the market with a brand new improved product over our existing J0451 and J0452 products that you may be familiar with. Everything that we've done has been based on voice of customer and perceived benefits that we feel will add value to the market and to the end user. So really, just to sum up the key benefits that we're offering here is we've reduced our maintenance downtime by 50% over the J0452. So that means obviously your system will be down for half the amount of time it would take for maintenance on a J0452 API coupler. We've improved the environmental and operator safety with the ergonomics that we've introduced, and we've got the option of an integrated pump, which will further reduce any disconnection leaks. We've greatly reduced the weight, and you'll see that later. We've got some technical details to show you, and we've made the sealing easier to maximize the safety during complex loading. What we've done here also is, anyone who knows MCO Eaton well knows that we also have Todo in the same building, and we've now moved over to a Todo O-ring state of design. So what does that mean? So we've got purely O-rings in this design, and we are using the Todo part numbering system, which also uses the exact part numbers from Todo units on J0453 product. What does that actually mean? So that actually means that we give you more flexibility in the ability to install this product on a wider range of applications. So as standard, obviously we will sell this with a Viton O-ring, but we have the option to replace that with a GFLT low temperature Viton. We have the option to do EPDM or MBR, and because it's that Todo link, Todo's used on such a wide variety of applications, we can even offer this now with CalRes 6375 or ChemRes 505, just to give two examples where you may be able to use this in more of a chemical application, for example. So the next slide just shows a bit more detail of what we've improved over the existing product. As I say, we've improved the ergonomics, and really this is focused on, I'll show you with the live product, this handle here at the back. A lot of the customers were saying that they were holding the bail arm instead of the actual product itself, which was causing some issues in connection. So now we've got this handle here on the back with a knob to turn once it's coupled. So we've focused on ergonomics. As I say, we've reduced the service time, so it's 50% quicker to maintain. We get rid of those disconnect spills, so we're actually improved over our competition in the market. The 4-claw design allows for smoother coupling operation. As I mentioned, this is now the lowest weight API coupler in the market at 7.1 kilograms, excuse me. Obviously, this conforms to API RP 1004, and we've increased our working pressure, importantly, to 16 bar with the test pressure that's gone up with it to 25 bar. Just moving on to the next slide. Here you can see a nice exploded view of our new coupler. You can see there from the handle, as I showed you, it's very different to our J0452. We've got the handle and the knob to help you turn in action. We've carried over our proven lever design from the J0452, which has obviously worked very well. We've got the new latch design with 4 claws instead of 5 on the existing product. And we've included the robust wave spring there to help the engagement of the coupler onto the adapter. So also we've focused our weight removal on the body itself. So as you can see here, it's ultralight body. We've removed length and weight from that particular part, which is obviously the main contributor to the weight of the product. So here's a video of our coupler. This is in our Margate facility. One of our engineers is going to show you in this video how easy it is to couple. I'll let this play out for you. So here it is in his hands, just to give you a nice panning view. And then we're going to connect it to our rig that we've got here in Margate. Snaps on automatically. Easy turn with that knob. Opens the flow. Now you can see here an important point that there's no mechanism that protrudes back past that TTMA flange as well. So I'll just show this video again. A lot of our competitors have mechanisms that protrude past the rear of that TTMA flange connection. This one doesn't, which obviously means that you can butt up any kind of valve that you want to the back of this API coupler with no fears of any interruptions from the mechanism of the connection. Let's open and close and remove from the API adapter. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how easy it is to couple and uncouple, and just that point again that there's no protrusion past the connection point. So just moving on to some technical data. Here we've got side-by-side data, J0451 manual API coupler in existence now, J0452 semi-automatic coupler, which is again in existence now, and the J0453, the new API coupler. You can see here, just reading across, 7.1 kilograms versus 9.8. So that's a drastic reduction in weight. The length is substantially shorter. The operating window is substantially less. The test pressure has gone up to 25 bar in line with our working pressure of 16 bar. There's just a bit more details here. Obviously, we are supplying this with a standard TTMA flange. The handle length is 181 millimeters. And as I referred to earlier, we've got a lot more variants now. So whereas before we would only really offer Viton, Buna and GFLT, now we have the option to offer CalRes 6375, ChemRes 505, and really anything else that currently sits on Todo, or if we have any new applications that come on that need new O-rings or a new O-ring grade, for example, we can entertain that application with this new product. And then just moving on to the options, we've got the additional pump option, which pumps the residual loss on disconnection back into the line, which means there's very minimal loss on disconnect. We've got the magnetic sensor, which obviously senses whether or not the coupler is attached, and then the product ID sensor, which tells you what product it's attached to. In terms of compatibility, what that really means is our coupler is now potentially compatible with a much wider range of applications. It's suitable for use in Zone 1 of ATEX. It's certified Group 2, Category 2G, safe by design, temperature rating T4, CE mark in there, and the CE marking, we've made sure that that's actually held by one of our EU governing bodies, so there's no issues with Brexit. We will obviously also be moving to the UKCA certification from 2022, which we would need to sell this into the UK systems. But for European systems and worldwide, we've got that CE mark there, based in the EU. So we will have no problems in providing that data to you and that certification. Working temperature range, minus 20 degrees to plus 90 degrees C. So now we've got a couple of images showing you the options that we have. On the left-hand side, the first image showing you there is the product rotated 90 degrees. So the handle isn't on the side, it's on the top. This image has just been rotated 90 degrees. This shows you the pump on the bottom. Again, this will pump any residual fuel back into the line to ensure that there's no loss on disconnect. The middle image shows you the magnetic sensor option, and the right-hand side shows you the product ID option. On the bottom, you can see here just some overall dimensions of the coupler itself in a technical drawing. 178 overall length, 156 mil operating window, 241 millimeters in width. And then last but not least, we talk about the pressure drop. The yellow section shows you the pressure drop for the J0452, and the red section shows you the pressure drop for the J0453. In layman's terms, what this means is the lower the line, the better the performance. So on the y-axis, you've got the pressure drop in bar. Along the x-axis, you've got the litres per minute flow rate. So as you can see, for example, if we pick 2,000 litres per minute flow rate, there is about 0.1 bar difference in pressure drop between the J0453 and the J0452, which essentially means that the product is flowing through our new product quicker than it is flowing through the existing J0452 product. Okay, so now we move to Q&A. My colleague's got a poll for you. I think we had two polls. Did the first poll go to you on the first slide? If not, the second poll will go live now. Just hopefully take about 60 seconds of your time just to give us some answers, which are greatly appreciated. So yeah, Q&A, I'll open it up. Firstly, I'll say thank you very much for your time. Hopefully the information that you've seen today has been of use. We're very excited about this new product. We believe it's much improved over our existing products that are in the market today, and we hope it's a great success. So I'll open up the Q&A now. One question we've got: where is the coupler manufactured? That's manufactured here in the Margate, UK facility. What is the material of the J0453? It's aluminium. Another one: can we use this on aviation fuel? Yes, we can. There's no brass in this product whatsoever, so it's more than compatible with aviation fuel. Just seeing if there are so many more questions coming in. One more. Can I show the video again? Of course, I will go back. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there's no more questions coming in. I'll give it some more time just to let you have some thoughts. J0453 has an optional connection sensor. Where is it located? So the magnetic sensor will be connected through the, let's see if I can show you on this image. So you can just about see it here on the bottom. There's a switch that's fitted to the body, and then that will have a length of wire that then connects further down the line to whichever system you've got it connected into. Yes, it will be ATEX rated. I think that answers your question, hopefully. Yeah, the question was, there's an optional connection sensor, where is it located, and is it hazardous area certified? Yes, yes. Can we have the slideshow via email? Yep. So what's going to happen after this is that we will send you this recording of the webinar, so you can have the webinar recording. If you want the presentation, please reach out to your local sales rep, because they have a copy of this and they're more than free to share this with you. There's no proprietary information here. This is ready for you to use, and you can share this with your customers and your end users if you want, of course. For chemical products, do you recommend to use aluminium? It depends on the chemical. So I've got a lot of experience on the Todo product range. Obviously, for the chemical applications, we tend to use stainless steel, but that is an option for the J0453 as well. As standard, this will be provided with aluminium, but there is the option to have this, the main wetted parts in stainless steel. It will probably take some time because it's not available now, but if you wanted to have this for a chemical application, we would definitely work with you to get that done. Are there any interchangeable parts? I'm not sure what you mean there. Does that mean with the existing product or with competitor products? If you could just let me know, I'll try and answer that question. Will this coupler be available in the Americas, and will it eventually have US codes? It will be available in Americas as of now. Yeah, our MCO Wheaton Houston office will have this in stock relatively soon. We're hoping to have some live trials in the US very soon. So yes, it will be available in the Americas. Can you explain the function of the magnet? So the function of the magnetic sensor is to tell you whether or not the coupler is attached to the adapter, whether it's connected or not. So it will generate an on-off signal that can be used in a building management system or any kind of alert system to show you that that has been connected and is fully connected. So if it's not connected, there will be an alarm or a lack of LED or a red LED, however the customer wants to program it. And that will give you a remote indication that that is not connected fully, if it's red, or example. What's the weight comparison to the Whittaker API coupler? I don't have that information available to me now, but we'll come back to you, Christian. We had a couple of competitor products in our office to compare against, but Whittaker wasn't one of them. So we'll come back to you on that. Interchangeable parts between the 453 and the earlier model. There aren't any interchangeable parts on the J0453 with the J0452. Pricing, how does it compare with J0452? That will be a question for your local sales guy. I encourage you to get in touch with them, or obviously we've got your name here. We'll reach out to you. We have got a pricing structure in place, and it's readily available now. So speak to your local sales guy, local sales rep, or your distributor, and they will be able to furnish you with the pricing specifically for your needs. What's the lowest environment temperature possible for the operation? So at the moment, the lowest temperature we've got is guided by the Todo O-ring. So the lowest we've got on the Todo O-ring is -55 in an EPDM seal. Obviously, that's application specific. So you wouldn't want to, you probably know this stuff, but you wouldn't want to use an EPDM seal if it's not compatible. So it's very application specific. We've got GFLT, which is good to -30, -45, corrected. We've also got the Todo version, which is again down to -45 degrees C. And we've also got the 90 Shore version, which is down to -46 as well. So it's very dependent on the application you're trying to. Is the new model an exact replacement? Yes. So if you wanted to change out your J0452 and fit a J0453, you can. It will still fit the API coupler. Obviously, that dimensional standard is well recognized. This coupler fits with that dimensional standard. It fits with API RP 1004. So you would be able to switch the J0452 for the J0453. Yes, is the answer to that question. Again, another question about price: is it cheaper than the J0451? I'd encourage you again to speak to your local sales guy, because that pricing system is there. I wouldn't want to give out pricing on this call, purely because I don't know what discount level you're on, etc. So please reach out to the local guys, and they will be able to help you for sure. Okay, there's quite a few questions coming now. That's great. We've got 9 minutes scheduled left for the call, but if we get no more questions in the next couple of minutes, I'll let you have your days back. But just give it a couple of minutes. Okay, no new questions coming in, I don't think. Okay. Okay, there's no more questions coming in, so what I'll do is then I'll call an end to the webinar. Thanks again for your time and your attention and your interest. All of these questions obviously will be logged, and if there are any outstanding questions, just one last question coming. Let's come back to working temperature. In the presentation you showed it's certified for -20, so how can we use it in loads of temperatures? It's the same with like the Todo. Our standard working temperature is -20 degrees to +80 degrees C, but it's obviously dependent on the materials of construction. If we want to go lower, we can, and that will be part of the scope of our certification. That's just our standard operating temperature. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we are restricted to that. We can go lower if we need to, because it is inclusive of part of our certification. Okay. Well, again, thanks very much for your time. You can obviously contact us directly. As I say, you will get a copy of this recording of this webinar, and the local sales guys have got the copies of this presentation, and they are more than able to share that with you. So I'll wrap it up. Just double check there's no last questions. No. So again, thanks very much for your time, and stay safe, stay well, and enjoy the rest of your days. Thank you very much.